Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are here once again with the Ultimate Racing League for round 4, and this is race 2 at Goodwood. Now obviously they did race 1, and that was a brilliant race, resulting with Brownie taking a fantastic victory. So well done to him for that. So anyway, So we'll go to obviously qualifying for race 2. Race 2, they do have to, you have a mandatory pit stop. They use mediums and hards only. So Rossi starts on pole for race 2. Seamus will be second, Sideways will be third, Graham will be fourth, Brian will be fifth, Hodgie will be sixth, P will be seventh, Stealth will be eighth, Flatby will be ninth, Bloomfield will be 10th, Slowpoke will be 11th, Niggle will be 12th, Hoggy will be 13th, and Brownie will be 14th. So let's get this race on the way and see how everyone goes. So Rossi takes them down towards the start-finish straight, waiting for them 5 lights to go out, and lights have all gone out, and there go. He brings them down to the first corner. Hopefully they can all get around this first corner without an issue. And Seamus has already got out of that corner a lot better than Rossi did, and he's already gone for a move on Rossi. Seamus is up to first already. They are both on medium tyres. Bry's there third, he's got that all wrong. So has Delph as well, he's got it all wrong as well. So he's dropped down to 13th now. Bry's dropped down to 9th. Seamus has already started to get away from Rossi, and Rossi's already started to get away from Graham there in third. So it's medium tyres, so the top 2 on medium tyres, Graham's on the hard tyres. Oh, who was that? Looks like Flatby. Yep, Flatby got that all wrong. I hit the... He got that all wrong, hit the bend. I think he was going to try and go for a pass there, missed his braking point and hit the barrier, so that's really unfortunate for him. So now he's dropped all the way down to the back. He's got work to do to catch everyone up. He's not too far behind, but he will have to catch it back up again. Well, lap 2's once again for race 2. Seamus is leading like he was in the first race. Hopefully he will have a better race this race, unlike race 1 where he was leading for majority of the race and then couple of mistakes and he dropped all the way down to 10th, I think it was, so he had a very unfortunate race after having a brilliant start. Rossi there in second, trying to keep up with Seamus at the moment, but Seamus is Seamus is literally just going for it. And Graham there in third, with Hodgie chasing him down in 4th, P White chasing him down in 5th, Niggle chasing him down, so Niggle has had quite a good start. He started towards the back and he's already up to 6th place. Bloomfield there in 7th, Hoggy there in 8th. He's got Brownie all over his rear bumper. Brownie's looking to try and get past him after the battle they had from race 1. So Brownie's up on the inside of Hoggy at the moment. But now he's unable to get... Oh, he broke a little bit later there than Hoggy. That's allowed Brownie to get up to 8th position. With Hoggy there in 9th. Delphi there in 10th. Slowpoke there in 11th. And Brian the Mechanic there in 12th. So he's heading off somewhere. Black B trying to catch up after making that mistake, and Sideways had an error as well. He's dropped off. I can't remember where he actually was at the moment, what place he was in before that spin. So lap 4, Seamus just have this lead with Frosty there in second, Graham there in third, Hodgie there in fourth. P. White's definitely closing that gap on him gradually. But P. White has Niggle all over his rear bumper. Niggle wants that 6th spot from him. How long is P. White going to be able to hold off Niggle? P. White is on the hard tyres, Niggle is on the medium tyres, so I think when Niggle gets the opportunity, he will get past, because the hards are nothing compared to the mediums. Bounty there in 7th. He's got past Bloomfield now, he is on the medium tyres. Bloomfield is on the hard tyres. Hoggie's on the hard tyres as well. Delphi's on the medium tyres. Slowpoke's on the medium tyres. Biomechanic's on the medium tyres. Sideways on the hard tyres. And Flat B's on the hard tyres. The first two versus Seamus is definitely leaving Rossi in the dust. He is gradually getting away. Seamus does have the current fastest lap of a 1:11.3. The Niggle is there in fourth, definitely closing that gap. He was behind P. White. P. White got that all wrong. He's now dropped down to 8th place now. Unfortunately, he's had that little incident, obviously we're saying. Graham's there in 3rd. He's got Niggle closing that gap on him quite quickly. And Hodgie there in 5th. Brownie there in 6th. Bloomfield there, right behind him, closing that gap. And we go downs. Delphi's putting Hoggy under a lot of pressure, but then that's because Delphi's on the medium tyres and Hoggy is on the hard tyres, so Stealth at the moment is on the faster tyre. Is Delphi going to go for a pass here? Oh, he hits a bit of the grass there. Well, that won't help him there. We got Bloomfield's trying to get past Hoggy here. Brownlee's now up to 5th place. It's like Bloomfield's eyeing up a position change to get past Hodgie here. They are both, Hodgie and Bloomfield are both on the same tyres. They're both on the hard tyres, so there's no advantage for either of them. Is Bloomfield going to be able to go for a pass here? So they are side by side. Hodgie is ahead by a little bit. Bloomfield's had to ease off. Brownie's gone out wide. He hasn't lost any positions. But Hodgie's closed the gap significantly on him now. And P. White there in 5th. With Hoggy there in 9th. I mean, P. White there in 8th. With Hoggy there in 9th. He's still being chased by Stealthy. Stealthy is on the faster tyre at the moment. So Hoggy's doing a good job keeping Stealth behind him. But this is going to be Stealthy's opportunity here to get past. No, still unable to get past. Now Stealth's got the opportunity to go for a pass on Hoggy. They are side by side here. Hoggy is ahead by a whisker. And Hoggy's kept that position. Stealth is still unable to get past Hoggy here. Looks like Stealth is trying to make another move to get past. He's still unable to get past, so Hoggy is doing a good job keeping Stealth behind him. Meanwhile, in the meantime, Slowpoke is there in 11th, closing that gap on them too. And then there's a big gap to Brian Mechanic there in 12th. And Sideways there in 13th. And Flatby there in 14th. So let's go up to the front. On lap 9, Seamus still has the lead. Oh, he went out a little bit wide there, but he was able to, he didn't lose, he lost a little bit of time, but he didn't lose that much. Niggles still there in 3rd, trying to close that gap to the 1st and 2nd guys. First, 2nd. Graham is there in 4th on his own at the moment. You can see Niggle just ahead of him. But he's unable to close that gap because Niggle is on the mediums and Graham is on the hard tyres. It would look more like Brownie will close that gap on Graham before Graham closes that gap on Niggle, because Brownie is on the medium tyres. P. White there is 6th. Hodgie there is 7th, with Hoggy in 8th. Slowpoke there in 9th, so he's managed to get past. He's got up a few positions because he was behind Stealth. The Bloomfield and Stealth are still battling it out now. I think Stealth dropped off a little bit. I think Stealth was actually behind Hoggy, but I can't remember. So you've got all these battling out. 5 cars battling out for that 8th spot. And Blind Mechanic there in 12, gradually reeling them in. Sideways is there in 13th, and Flatby there in 14th, well behind, not having a great race here. So we are on lap 11, so we are now halfway through this 21 lap race. Niggle still has that third position, with Graham still there in fourth. Brownie there in fifth still, P. White there in sixth, with Hodgie there in seventh. So Hoggy has P. White, Hoggy have now taken to the pits. So now Slowpoke's up to seventh, Stealth's up to eighth, Bry's up to ninth. Bloomfield's in the pits now as well, so they're all getting off their hard tyres. Sideways is up to 10th. So P. White, Hoggy are both out of the pits now, both on the medium tyres. But they've both got work to do, but the rest ahead of them will still have to pit. So it's not too bad for them. So obviously Hoggy there in 12th. Bloomfield there in 13th, and Flappy there in 14th. He's still, I think he's pitted already. So Seamus from the lead has now taken to the pits to take to the hard tyres. Rossi has taken the lead for the time being. Niggle is into the pits also, and so is Graham. Brownie is carried on. So is Slowpoke. So Ross is currently in first, with Brownie in second. Slowpoke there in fourth. Seamus currently in fourth. Niggle in fifth. Graham in seventh. P. White in eighth. Hodgie in 9th, Hoggy in 10th, Stealth in 11th, Bloomfield in 12th, Biomechanic in 13th, but he's got a 3-second penalty that he's going to have to also serve. And Flappy there in 14th. So is Rossi going to take to the pits this lap? Yep, he is. He does take to the pits here. Brownie is carried on. Well, they've just changed his tyres. He's now refueling. Just waiting to have enough in his tank to get going again. Yep, there we go. He's got enough fuel in, and now he's back out of the pits. He's come out of the pits in third position, with Niggle there in fourth, Graham there in fifth, P. White there in sixth, Slowpoke there in seventh, Hodgie there in eighth, Hoggy there in ninth, Stealth there in 10th, Bloomfield there in 11th, Flatby there in 12th, Biomechanic there in 13th, Sideways there in 14th, oh, Brownie's had an off. Oh no, Brownie, I think Brownie's run out of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. Brownie has run out of fuel, and he's only halfway around the track at the moment. Well, 3/4 of the way, so that's going to cost him big time. The Seamus is coming up to him quite quickly. Seamus has now taken the lead. The question is going to be, how many spots is Brownie going to lose due to him running out of fuel? The Brownie's got past, so has Niggle. So Brownie is now into 5th, 6th, and he's now going to lose, unfortunately, because of his pits unfortunately, because of him running out of fuel, he's going to lose a lot more positions than he should have done. So lap 15, 6 laps to go. Seamus has retaken the lead, and he's got quite a big lead over Rossi there in second. Nigel there in third, chasing him down. When Graham there in fourth. P. White there in fifth. He's just had an off, but he's managed to get back on the track. But now he's got Slowpoke right behind him, looking to challenge him for that fifth position. Hodgie there in 7th, Hoggy there in 8th, Bloomfield there in 9th, Stealth there 10th, Flat B there in 11th, Brian Mechanic in 12th, Brownie has come back out of the pits in 13th, so that's going to be, he's going to be very annoyed with himself there for running out of fuel, because he's dropped down a lot further than he would have done if he hadn't run out of fuel. But he's already coming back at Brian Mechanic, trying to get that 12th spot off of him. They are side by side here. Oh, Bry, too much pressure there for Bry. And he's gone off, and now he's dropped down to 14th, with Sideways up to 13th, and Brownie up to 12th. That's 17th. Seamus Cash has quite a decent lead over Rossi there in second, but Nigel is chasing him down, looking to try and take that second spot from him. Rossi did make a slight mistake there, so now Nigel is right on Rossi's rear bumper, looking to try and get that second place from him. Rossi is doing well to defend against Nigel. Graham there in fourth. Graham has just taken the fastest lap of a 1:10.9. And it's P. White there in fifth. He's on his own at the moment. Hoggy there in sixth. And just behind him is Slowpoke in 7th, with Bloomfield there in 8th, looking to try and catch Slowpoke and get past. And there was a bit of a gap to Hodgie there in 9th. Stay with these two for a minute, because Bloomfield is all purple as well. So Bloomfield able to take the fastest lap here. Oh. He is definitely closer, and he is close enough to go for a pass here. But he's unable to make a pass on Slowpoke. He's unable to beat the fastest lap, so it remains with Graham. Ozzy there in 9th, Stealth there in 10th, Flat B there 11th, Sideways there in 12th, Brian Mechanic there in 13th, Brownie there in 14th, so he's now down in last, and he's quite far off, so he's heading off somewhere. Lap 19 just about to go on to lap 20, so there is one more lap after this lap. He has quite a comfortable lead over Rossi in second, but that second place is not so comfortable for Rossi as he is battling with the one and only Nigel. Nigel really wants that second position, and he's putting Rossi under a lot of pressure. Is Rossi going to be able to withstand the pressure, or is he going to just fade down under the pressure of the Nigel? The Nigel is right on his rear bumper at the moment, really looking to get past. They are side by side here. Rossi is just ahead by a bit, but Nigel's had to brake to allow Rossi to get around these corners. Graham is there behind them, right behind them, so this is a three-way battle for second position. So this is like it was on race 1 where they were battling it out. Nigel and Rossi are side by side. Well, did try to go side by side, but did not work. So Graham was able to capitalise there, where Nigel has dropped down to 4th, Graham's now up to 3rd. This is the final lap of race 2. Seamus in 1st. He is got a really comfortable lead. All he's got to do is keep it on the black stuff and he will be fine. Graham is really looking to try and get past Rossi here. Is Graham going to be able to get past Rossi in this final couple of sections? I think Nigel has just decided to ease off now, not worry so much. So Seamus comes across the line to finish in 1st. So Rossi has got it. Yep. Rossi will take 2nd position. Graham will take 3rd. Nigel will take 4th. P. White will take 5th. Hoggy will take 6th. Bloomfield will take 7th. Hodgie will take 8th. Slopeck will take 9th. Stealth will take 10th. Sideways will take 11th. Brian Mechanic will take 12th. Flat B will take 13th. And Brownie he had a bad race here. He won race 1 and he finished last in race 2, so that sums his weekend up. So unlucky to him after that fuel mishap. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you next time for round 5 at... well, I don't know where we are at next, but yeah, I will see you next time. Hope you enjoy. Bye bye for now.